Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Season 2, Episode 10, the halfway point of the regular season of Season 2 of the Trivia 10. Today, another familiar face. Sophie Holsinger from the Movie Draft Podcast /Oppamami / the Sophie Network is back, trying to make the playoffs this time around. How are you feeling now that this is your second time on the Trivia 10? How are you feeling today?
Somehow I think I'm more nervous than last time. So we'll see. I haven't been studying, so we'll see how my quick knowledge will do today.
We will see indeed. Well, of course, we have new episodes every Tuesday and Friday as we are now at the halfway point of Season 2 on our way to finding out who's going to be making the playoffs this time around. We saw in the last two episodes with Cam and Alex, we got two scores that aren't the highest of the season that are still on the bubble. We have now James Devaney is from the Raiders of the Lost podcast has been locked into the playoffs. We have Cam, Anthony, Ethan, and Alex all on the bubble right now. Your podcast co-host, Ethan, he could really use you to flounder today to get under him, to give him another opportunity closer to making the playoffs. But you also have the opportunity here to lock yourself in the green and push the others down to below the red line. We will see how you do today. Episode 10, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the multiple choice questions. First up, which casino is not robbed in Ocean's 11? Is it the Bellagio, the Mirage, Caesar's Palace, or MGM Grand? Which of them is not robbed in Ocean's 11?
Okay. I'm fairly certain that the Bellagio and the Mirage are robbed. That's where my head is at currently.
Okay.
I don't remember if Caesar's Palace is a I feel like that's kind of a mouthful, and I would remember if they said that. Yeah, I'm going to go with Caesar's Palace. That's where my gut is telling me to go.
What a great pull. It was just something about it was, when's the last time you saw Ocean's 11? Something about it in the back of your mind was telling you that Caesar's Palace was not right. Has it been a while or recently?
No, it's been a while. So I don't know. It was just there.
Good work. Well, there are plenty of Las Vegas movies that feature Caesar's Palace, of course, being the Hangover, probably one of the most notable, but not Ocean's 11. 5 points on the board. Going on to the second multiple choice question now. What color is Paul Allen's business card in American Psycho? Now you can see it on your screen, but that's not going to give much away because is it off-white, bone, eggshell, or cream?
Okay, so I'm assuming they say it in the movie.
Definitely.
Is that okay? Yeah, definitely don't remember that. Off-white, bone, eggshell, or cream. I think did you ask a question about this business card in a different Trivia 10, or did I make that up?
I think I definitely did, but not the color. But all four of these are colors of businessmen at the table that in his internal monologue, he's walking through each person's business card, talking about the color. But Paul Allen's is kind of the coup de grace, the business card to end all business cards. But what color is it?
Okay. I'm going to go with eggshell.
Eggshell, incorrect. It is off-white. Off-white business card for Paul Allen. Tough one for sure, but you got half of the multiple choice questions right. But as we've seen in the previous episodes, basically the back half of the trivia is where all the points are made. This first half is going to be really important for those tiebreakers between seeding. But if you want to find yourself in those playoffs, the second half is going to be where you're going to be making your money. Going on to what you're familiar with from your appearance on season 1 now with the original general trivia questions. Question number 3. What was Arthur's totem in Inception? That's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And then totems, of course, being what lets them know if they're in a dream or in reality.
I am pretty sure it is a loaded die. That's my guess.
You are correct, and you also remember the proper singular pronunciation of dice with a loaded die. So perfectly flawless answer all around. Great work. 15 points on the board. Going on to the next question. I just realized you were the halfway point, I believe, of season 1 at episode 5, and you're also the halfway point at season 2. So you're consistently the one ushering in the second half of the season. We've seen the last 2 episodes haven't been great scores, so let's bring in some new vibes here. So question number 4. Which actress played Jordan Belfort's first wife in the Wolf of Wall Street? Obviously, we eventually see him go to Margot Robbie, but which actress played his first wife?
Okay. She is in How I Met Your Mother. She is the mother. And I know her face. I know I think I like can picture what her name looks like for some reason. Okay, it's like Christina or like something like that, and then her last name starts with an M. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to just pull something out of my ass here.
You clearly have it in your mind, so take a couple seconds, take as much time you need to think about it, because I can
Yeah,
tell you are right there.
Christina sounds wrong. I think it's shorter than that. Maybe Kristen. I don't know. It's like really on the tip of my tongue. Mm, this is so embarrassing. How I Met Your Mother is like my favorite show ever. Um, I'm gonna go. I think it's Kristen. I don't know. Kristen Min something. I don't know. That's the best I can do.
Well, I am the judge, jury, executioner of this, so you're going to get 5 points. You got Kristen, and you very clearly knew exactly who it was going to be, Kristen Milioti. So you're going to get 5 out of the 10
Yeah.
points there. You got the
Okay. Thank
you
you.
went from Christina to Kristen. I told myself right when you said that, I was like, if she locks in Kristen, I'll give her 5 points. But she says Christina, I can't do anything for her. But you knew
Thank
exactly
you.
who it was, just couldn't put your finger on it. Of course, from How I Met Your Mother. Also, I mainly know her from Palm Springs. But yes, the first wife
Mhm.
in The Wolf of Wall Street. So we're done with the first 4 questions, and you're at 20 points. Compared to most people, you're in a very good spot right now. The final of the generic
Mhm.
trivia questions is, what brand of car does Cameron's dad have in Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Cameron, of course, being the one who goes on to be in Succession, one of our favorite shows of all time. But what brand of car does his dad famously have that they end up having a fun day with?
Okay, my first instinct is Ferrari, but I'm picturing the car. It's red. I'm not good with cars, so like Ferrari is what comes to mind. So I think I'm gonna lock that in.
Time and time again, the first
Whew.
instinct is the correct instinct. Ferrari is right. Feel like once you said your first instinct saying Ferrari, but you don't know if that's right. I feel like you should have just left it there and just been like, you know what,
Yeah.
I'm running with it. Ferrari's right. You're at 30 points now at the halfway point. There is still a possible 110 points left on the board. So you're sitting in a great spot as we get into the new categories this season. Matching game, box office edition, going to be 3 movies and 3 movie stats. So you're going to tell me which is which. The movies we got are The Menu, Poor Things, and Drive. And we have a budget of 35 million that made 116 million, a budget of 15 million that made 81 million, and a budget of 30 million that made 80 million. Which is which?
Hmm. Okay. My mind immediately goes to Poor Things costing the most money because I don't know, there's a lot of big names. Well, there's big names in all these movies. A lot of big names, just like more elaborate costume design, production design. So yeah, I think Poor Things. Oh, but did it make $116 million? No, The Menu made a lot of money. Okay. Yeah, The Menu. Okay, The Menu like skyrocketed to Letterboxd 1 million club or whatever pretty quick. So I'm going to say a lot of people saw it, but it went to streaming pretty quick. Okay. All right, I think Drive was the least amount of money. I don't know why. That's just what I think. So, we'll put Drive at number 2. I don't think Poor Things made 116 million, so I'm going to say Poor Things is number 3 and The Menu is number 1. That's my best guess.
Well, you got 5 right. Drive was absolutely the lowest, and you were on the right track of getting a 15 because you right away you immediately said the Poor Things you thought was the most expensive, which it was. I was surprised to see 116 million too as well, but I guess if you're nominated for an Oscar Best Picture, it tends to kind of drive up your
Yeah.
ticket sales, and also is a decently controversial movie in terms of people's reactions to it. So I'm sure it got a lot more people to buy tickets as a result. But 5 points though, you're at 35 points now. You got one of them right with Drive. Next matching game is going to be Rotten Tomatoes edition. 3 movies you have are When Harry Met Sally, Broadcast News, and In the Mood for Love, which is just a trilogy of some of Sophie's favorites here. We have a 98 critics, 79 audience, 92 critics, 94 audience, 91 critics, 86 audience. So 2 of them super close, and then one a step down a bit on the audience side of things. Which is which?
Okay. Wow. They're all so close. Um I think In the Mood for Love would be the highest critically. So I'm going to put that at number 1. I think When Harry Met Sally would be a little bit higher with audiences. So I'm gonna put that at number 2, and then Broadcast News I'll say is number 3.
Unfortunately, all those are switched around. When Harry Met Sally is at number 3, In the Mood for Love at 2, and Broadcast News at 1. Your one of your favorite movies ever didn't get as much love from the audience. And
Wow.
if I was looking at this and I was given this one, I'd probably be the same boat, In the Mood for Love, just because I don't know. I feel like, classic like American take of like critics loving a movie, but then audiences being like, oh, like
Yeah.
subtitles not as good as other movies. But 0 on that one. We need to get
Down.
back to the hot streak here. We're at 35
Yeah.
points right now, which you're still definitely sitting better than we've seen the last 2 episodes. We still have an opportunity for 80 more points this episode, so you're still looking good. Going on to question number
Okay.
8 now, where there are going to be 2 correct answers for question number 8. You're either getting 0, 10, or 20 based on how many you're able to get. And your question is, what are the 2 highest grossing Pixar films of all time worldwide? Highest 2 grossing. Walk me through your thought process. There's what, like 27 Pixar movies, so you have a
Mhm.
1 out of 10 chance of getting at least one of them right.
Okay. Immediately, my mind went to Toy Story 3 because everyone loved Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2. They grew audiences with those movies, and I remember, like, highly anticipating the 3rd one. So, that's where my mind went. Um, what are some popular Pixar films worldwide? Keyword. Um, hmm. I can scratch off all the ones that came out recently because I feel like those all went straight to streaming or haven't done very well. Maybe Coco. I feel like that was something that resonated with people everywhere. Yeah, I feel like Up wouldn't do that well. Yeah, I'll say Toy Story 3 and Coco. I very rarely, like, pay attention to box office and stuff, so I'm really, really guessing here.
You're on the right thought process, but just missed the number. Toy Story 4 is up there. Toy Story 4, the first 3 built up so much hype that 4 ended up being there. Incredibles 2.
Wow.
So you're thinking sequels, and that is correct. The 2 that made over $1 billion, Incredibles 2 and Toy Story 4. That is a tougher one. I will admit that, but you do have 2 opportunities here to gain 60 more points, so no need to be worried yet. Going on to the
Okay.
Ride the Bus, which Ride the Bus this season has been taking bodies. This has been the
Tough.
one that has been getting people out time and time again. On the very first one, we've had very few people make it all the way. This is a hard one for sure. Ride the Bus Letterboxd edition. Marriage Story is rated on average a 4.0 on Letterboxd. Is Black Swan rated higher or lower on average?
Ooh. Okay. I feel like Marriage Story might be a more divisive film than Black Swan, but hmm, I'll say higher, but maybe just a little higher, maybe like 4.1. I don't know.
You're so nervous, but you are one of the rare people to at least make it onto the bus ride. You're
Yes.
correct. 5 points. 5 points. You are not out on the first one. Marriage Story, divisive, like you said, but Black Swan, pretty divisive movie as well in terms of just Darren Aronofsky in
Yeah.
general. So tough
Mhm.
one there, but you got it right. 5 points so far. Let's see how many you're able to gain here. Silence, is that rated higher or lower on average than Black Swan on Letterboxd?
Hmm. Okay. Silence, Martin Scorsese film. I feel like true Martin Scorsese fans, like your co-host Seth, they appreciate Silence, but I don't know. I don't know if normies like Silence. I'll go lower.
You're still alive. You are still alive and correct. Silence being
Okay.
lower. Also, could honestly, looking at all the movies I picked, didn't even try to do this, but they're all kind of divisive films. Like Silence, anytime Martin Scorsese touches religious films, the religious community can give some backlash. Next film,
Mm.
absolutely controversial. A Clockwork Orange, is that higher or lower than Silence?
Wow, this is a good one. Um, yeah, super divisive, but it's still a Kubrick film. So I don't know if I see it very often on like I don't think it's in the Letterboxd 250 or anything like that. Oof. I'm gonna dang, I really want to make it all the way. I'm gonna go lower.
It's higher. 10 points is where you're
Oh,
going to be ending today. Great work, though. You got to 10, which you needed those points, and you got them. Clockwork Orange being higher, and then another controversial film would have been to end it, American Beauty, which would have been lower. So very well done. You got halfway through at least. You're at 45 now with 40 points available in the Guess the Cast. So you're already not the lowest of the season. You've already passed Alex going into this final question, and you have the opportunity
sweet.
here to bump yourself all the way up into the playoffs if you can do super well here, or at least if you can get a couple cast members here, you'll be able to pass, like Ethan and Cam. But let's get into it. You're going to get 4 opportunities to earn points here for guessing the cast. First cast member I'm going to be revealing is Colin Firth. Colin Firth. 40 points to be able to get it right off the bat.
Okay, I'm gonna rattle off some Colin Firth movies.
Mm-hmm.
He is in The King's Speech. He's in Love Actually. He's in, I think the first movie I ever saw Colin Firth in was Nanny McPhee. Niche movie. Haven't heard about that in a while. What else is he in? Colin Firth. Mamma Mia, your favorite. I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't know a lot of Colin Firth movies. I'll say Love Actually, just because it has a big cast.
Mm-hmm. Fair choice. Fair choice is not correct, though, so not going to get 40 points here. Mark Strong is next. So Colin Firth and Mark Strong.
What? I can't say I recognize this man. I could not have told you what his name is. So thanks. What's his name?
Mark Strong.
Mark Strong. Great. Awesome.
Stanley Tucci's doppelganger.
Yes. Okay. Wow. I do not know. This is way harder than I thought it was going to be. Tyler, I don't even know if I have a guess. I don't know.
There's no harm in that. Just let me know when you want to go to the next cast member.
Well, I mean, I might as well try to think of another Colin Firth movie. Dang. I'll just say The King's Speech, because why not?
It is not The King's Speech. Next cast member, Benedict Cumberbatch. So we got Colin Firth, Mark Strong, Benedict Cumberbatch.
What is this movie? Okay. Oh no, this is so sad. I really thought I was gonna own this one. Benedict Cumberbatch. Okay. He's in The Imitation Game. He's in Marvel movies. He's in, I don't know. Is he in no, he's not in that. Oh, he's in Atonement. Gosh, I don't know. Okay, I'll say Atonement because that's all that I can guess. I don't know.
It is not Atonement. I think you should be able to get it on this one, hopefully. The next one, George McKay.
What? Oh my gosh. 1917.
There you go. 1917. We have seen back-to-back episodes where people have gotten 0 on Guess the Cast. So compared to them, you're crushing it. So 1917 is kind of like a perfect Guess the Cast movie because you have so many huge name actors. I mean, Mark Strong maybe not, but you got Colin Firth, Benedict Cumberbatch that are in it for 5 seconds that just pop in and out. You also have Andrew Scott, who's in for 5 seconds, Richard Madden, a lot of people that are, generally recognizable actors that are barely in it. Most of it is going to be George McKay and Dean Charles Chapman for most of the movie, but 10 points head your way for 1917. You were able to get that one. That puts you on the leaderboard at 55, which means you're going to be above your podcast co-host Ethan. You're going to be above Alex, and throughout the next 10 episodes, since we're only halfway through, you're going to need 2 people under you to make the playoffs. Right now, Cam and Ethan are going to be in that borderline. Like if the season ended today, they're going to have a wild card matchup to determine the playoffs. But I'd say the last few episodes have had lower scores. 10 episodes through, you already have 2 people lower than you. You need 2 more people lower than you. We'll see how it all shakes out. But right now, you're at 55 points. How are you feeling about your score today?
I'm not feeling great. I can't lie. That last section really tripped me up. Dang. I really wanted to beat some more people, but at least I'm over Ethan. That's a win.
Yeah, I will say your question number 8, I think, is one of the tougher ones with having to get the 2 Pixars, but I was hoping maybe you could get one of the sequels. And then the matching games were kind of where you kind of lost some points that I think would have been the big difference there. But Ride the Bus, you needed any points whatsoever on that. You got 10, which is huge. But yeah, I think we'll just have to wait and see. 10 more episodes. We'll see where the scores shake out. I don't know if my trivias are getting harder or what, because the first half of the season we have some higher scores. And I mean, the ones you've seen uploaded at this point, since I'm recording in advance, have been higher scores, but the episode's waiting to be uploaded. As you can tell from seeing the leaderboard versus what you've seen being uploaded to YouTube, we've got some low scores ahead of us. So we'll see how it all shakes out. You're at 55 right now. Second season now being on the Trivia 10. Thank you so much. Obviously, check out the Movie Draft podcast. I was just on it where we did an auction draft of 2010 movies. Check out all of our socials as well. But with that, we will see you in the next episode. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday as we continue to see who's going to be in the playoffs of season 2. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.